Good afternoon. Here's the national news from our studio, BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Mori Rebidalawa. First are the major headlines for the national news. 2023, I did not endorse any presidential aspirant, says Shoyinka. Those declaring presidential interest will support Tinubu, says group. Also, Olubadan stool. Family pressures Ogun to drop Ajumobi's crown, says palace source. Take Buhari to Songo Ota, Akute Road, Ogun residents taunts Abiodun. JSS3 students dies after jumping through window in Ondo. Without state police, we will continue to secure Southwest, Amotekun commanders. Now the news in details. Nobel Laureate Wole Soyinka has distanced himself from the viral post linking him to the endorsement of the presidential ambition of a former governor of Lagos State and national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. The elder statesman, in a statement on Wednesday titled Season of Fakery Galore, described the authors of the post as illiterate public interlopers who lacked the courage of their conviction and must steal identities of their betters. The post, embedded with the pictures of Soyinka and Tinubu, went viral on the internet last November and quoted Soyinka as saying, "I have never involved myself in politics or campaigned for any politician, but in 2023, I was involved in politics and campaigned for long-term friend in 1993 Nadeco struggle." Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka. The post returned to public space after Tinubu on Monday said that he had declared his intention to run for presidency in 2023 to the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired. Soyinka said, "Here we go again, the same boring, illiterate public interlopers who lack courage of their conviction and must steal the identities of their betters. One can only hope that the public has learned to identify fake news and join in the ardent task of exposing and disgracing these despicable thoughts." Progressive Solidarity for Tinubu, a support group for the former governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, on Wednesday said that other aspirants will later support Tinubu's presidential ambition. The group at a press conference in Abuja added that Tinubu is the only candidate with a penchant for impactful deliverable. The convener of the group, Ibrahim Mokare, who was represented by one of the executive members, Ibrahim Idris, further said Nigerians abroad and in the diaspora were yearning for Tinubu. He said Nigeria needs an all-repentant progressive, visionary with a penchant for impactful deliverables. Nigeria needs our builders and Asiwaju's pedigree and achievements are clear and measurable. He has the political will and capacity to turn our land into an El Dorado within a short time. Nigerians, both at home and in the diaspora, are yearning for a Tinubu-led government that will bring succor to the people. Our source at the Olubadan Palace has said that the family of the embattled High Chief of who is next to the throne, Lekan Balogun, are reportedly pressuring him to drop the crown given to him by former governor of Oyo State, late Senator Abiola Ajumobi. According to the source, the family reportedly met with him in his house and advised him to drop the case in court and the throne, or else they, his family and history, will not forgive him. The source said Platform Times that time is against him, as the Olubadan Chieftaincy Declaration of 1957 requires that kingmakers of the kingdom forward the name of the next king to the state government within 14 days from the death of the last occupier, and the deadline in the case is January 16, 2022. Platform further gathered that even if he bows to the family pressure and drops the crown as requested by his family, he might still not get to the throne. The source further explained that another challenge that poses against his dream is that anyone that will become the Olubadan must be a high chief in Ibadan, which Balogun has ceased to be. Aftermath, he received the crown. The source explained that the ex-Olubadan will come from the Egbeagba line, as the disease Olubadan is from the Balogun line. They further explained that Lekan Balogun is from the Egbeagba line, as he is the highest ranking chief from that line, and so should be the next Olubadan. But since Lekan Balogun is still an Oba, as preserved by court, then he can become the Olubadan, as Olubadan Chieftaincy Declaration of 1957 does not allow a king to become a king. Still on the national news from BGI TV, as President Muhammadu Buhari visits Ogun State on Thursday, residents of the state have taunted Governor Dapo Abiodun, telling him to take the president to the dilapidated road in Songo Ota. I beg your pardon, in Songo Ota, Akute, Alagole, Ijoko, and others in Ifo and Adodo Ota local government areas. Daily Post report that Governor Abiodun had on Wednesday announced on his verified Facebook page that the president will be in Ogun to commission roads and 2,000 units constructed by his administration. As the governor cordially invited Ogun residents to join him in welcoming the president, the Post was greeted with various comments asking him to take Buhari to the areas where roads have become almost impassable. Abiodun was also asked to visit other parts of the state with the president so as to give him on-the-spot assessment of things in other places. Bello Isaka has his own contribution towards the coming of the president. Likewise, all other people who have submitted their own opinion concerning the dilapidated roads in Ogun and environs. Meanwhile, the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has clarified the Lagos-Ibadan highway would not be affected by Buhari's visit to Ogun. Florence Okwe, the Ogun FRSC spokesperson, said this is an update on Wednesday, stressing that only the Abeokuta Interchange Road and the Ijebu-Ode-Ekpe Road will be closed to traffic during the visits. Another news, 2 days after resuming for the second time academic session, a JSS3 student of CAC Grammar School at Akure, Ondo State Capital, has lost his life within the school premises. The 16-year-old student, Emmanuel Ojo, was said to have died while playing with his mates during school hours on Tuesday. According to sources within the school, Emmanuel died when he hit his head on the bare floor while trying to jump through the window. Following the incident, his friends raised the alarm, which attracted the teachers and principal of the school, who immediately rushed into the school clinic but were advised to take him to the general hospital after the initial treatment. The student was pronounced dead on arrival after the school management rushed him to the University of Medical Science Teaching Hospital at Akure, with his friends and colleagues describing him as a brilliant, reserved, and easygoing boy. The father of the deceased, a shepherd at CAC Okeyano High School area in Akure, Pastor Joshua Ojo, described the incident as a cruel blow of fate to the family. The bereaved father said he could not query God why he allowed it to happen to him. On her part, the principal of CAC Grammar School, Akure, Mrs. Olubadan Adetimehin, said the school community was saddened by the loss despite effort made by the school authority to save the life of the promising student. Meanwhile, the Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology in the state, Mr. Olufemi Agagu, had condoled with the family of the deceased over the incident. The commissioner, accompanied by the permanent secretary, Mrs. Lola Amuda, and other officials of the ministry, said the state government was really pained by the death of the student and urged the parents to accept the situation as the will of God is. Moments, though painful. Before we call it a wrap on the national news, here comes our last one. President Muhammadu Buhari's rejection of state police has elicited mixed reactions across the country. While the coalition of northern groups CNG endorsed the president's position, the Yoruba Council of Elders YCE disagree with it. Speaking during an interview with Channels Television recently, the president, he said, state police is not an option. The CNG described state police as a recipe for disaster in the country. But the YCE, through its Secretary General, Dr. Kunle Olajide, faulted Buhari, describing the rejection as a president's personal opinion to which every Nigerian is entitled. Olajide said he is the president of this country, therefore, the views of Nigerians ought to influence his personal opinion, particularly when you consider the state of insecurity in the country. Also, in his part of the country, in the northern region, I am surprised that Mr. President believes that state police is not an option. There is no federalism anywhere in the world while the police system is centralized. There is none, particularly in a country as vast as Nigeria. Nigeria is a big country, very big, from the Atlantic Ocean to the Sahara Desert. It is a vast country and a heterogeneous country. So for me, I don't agree with him because we are different people, different histories, different cultures, different beliefs, and we must sit down together and have a new constitution. I don't belong to the group that believes that about 250 million people sentence claims we, the people of Nigeria, have agreed to, whereas we never sat anywhere to agree to the 1999 constitution. For me, Nigeria, as important as it is in the entire black world, in Africa, and with the quality of national and human resources that we have, we should be uncomfortable operating a fake constitution that lies against itself. That was the national news from BGI TV, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. 2023, I didn't endorse any presidential aspirant, says Soyinka. Doubles declaring presidential interest will support Tinubu, says group. We also brought before you Olubadan's stool. Family pressures Lekon Balogun to drop Ajumobi's crown, says palace source. Also, take Buhari to Songo Ota, Akute Roads, Ogun resident turns Abiodun. Also, on a sad note, JSS3 students dies after jumping through window in Ondo. And lastly, without state police, we will continue to secure Southwest Amotekun commanders. Thank you for watching. Do not forget, we brought to you a broadcast concerning the interview, possibly coming up tomorrow with Amzat Oriyomi on BGI TV. You can link up on more of our broadcasts through our social media handles on YouTube, Babagbagede Imo TV. Please subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page so as for you to get prompt response of our broadcast as it drops. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, the right line streaming on your screen is the number to call. Thank you for watching once again. I am yours faithfully, Morire Repilalawa.